everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah, and today we are going to go over all of the books that I've bought so far this year, which is really only 2 months, and I have quite a bit of books surrounding me. So let's just get into it. We're gonna start with my special edition books. Some of them are already books that I own, and I wanted the special edition when they came out. So we're gonna start with those. And of course, all of my dogs have decided they need to join because they heard me talking. So I need you to move. I need you to move. Okay. All right, so first up with my special editions, we have House of Bane and Blood. I just loved this book. You guys have heard me rave about it, so I had to get the edition with the sprayed edges, and the naked hardback is just stunning. Love this book so much, and it is also signed. So it has her signature, and then it says, "To Hannah, Spoiled Little Heiress" by Nico, which is one of the lines in here that, yeah, I love that. I love that line. Everybody loves that line. So I got that. Then I got the special edition for the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy from Fairy Loot. So they all have these gorgeous covers and like just stunning naked hardbacks. Like, these books are beautiful. So that is those three. I like the color scheme of all of these. Like, they're really pretty. I haven't decided yet how I want to display them because I like the covers, but then I like the naked hardbacks, so I'm not really sure. The end pages, the artwork in them is beautiful as well. I think this is probably my favorite one just because it's purple and I love purple, and it's really cute. The end page in this one is probably my favorite as well, them watching fireworks together, and it just, I don't know, they're so fairy tale, and I love that about these books. So yeah, really had to get those. And then the other books that I got, I'll actually move you guys because the box is really heavy. So we'll go over here. I got the LitJoy crate special editions for the Mortal Instruments series. As you can see, they have their own sprayed edges. These books do as well. And then pull one out for you. Like, they all have one of the runes on, and then just like gorgeous pictures at the end. They have really pretty end pages, and Cassandra Clare's annotations are also included in these books. So I couldn't resist those when I saw that they existed. So that's those. We'll go back over. And now the rest of the, I lied. That's not even the truth. We're gonna disregard that statement. The next few are just ones that were part of my subscription boxes. So this is Voyage of the Damned. It is an Illumicrate subscription. I don't know anything about this. And in a twist, I'm going to try, if I don't know anything about these books, to actually just say I don't know anything about them and move on. I'm not gonna sit here, I'm not gonna read through the description because that's just painful for all of us. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I don't know, I have no idea. I know it's like pirates. That's about all I got for that one. And then I think this one was the Fairy Loot. It is the Fairy Loot edition for A Fragile Enchantment. That's the end pages. They're just beautiful. And it has the cool sprayed edges. This is another one I don't really know much about. Then I got the Fairy Loot version of The Unmaking of June Farrow. I've heard great things about this author. It's Adrienne Young, but I don't know anything about this book personally. I just saw the book when they were offering like the exclusive edition and the end pages and the sprayed edges, and it was another one that I really wanted just because it's really pretty. I am very much a typical girl when it comes to my reason for buying books sometimes. Then I picked up Sanctuary of the Shadow. I stopped and saw it because of the end pages, I'll be honest. But I picked it up also because the premise sounds really cool. It's set in like a circus setting. The main female character has been like trying to outrun something in her past. A young male shows up at the circus that she just has this like attraction to. They start spending time together and everything, and it starts sort of bringing up stuff from her past that she's trying to avoid, and she's also trying to learn more about him. So yeah, it sounds interesting. That's the Naked hardback, which I don't actually think I ever looked at, surprisingly enough, because that doesn't look familiar to me at all, but it's very pretty. So the sprayed edges got my attention initially, and then the premise sounded really cool, so I wanted to pick it up. This is also by the same publisher as Fourth Wing, and I'm kind of don't want to be out of the loop if this takes off like Fourth Wing did and all of a sudden we can't get the sprayed edges because it was a first edition only. Then I got the Hurricane Wars. This is the Fair Loot edition as well. I actually didn't buy this. I traded, there's the end pages. I traded my Fourth Wing Bookish Box edition because I was gonna have a lot of editions of Fourth Wing and I didn't want to keep buying the matching editions for all of the subsequent books from the subscription boxes, so I decided to trade it for another edition that I really wanted. So somebody traded with me from Facebook, and I'm very excited about it because this is stunning. I love the color scheme, and I've heard good things about it, just don't know what the premise is again. So my hair, my god, guys, I'm sorry, my hair is just not cooperating with me at all today. All right. The rest I sort of know a little bit more about because I made the conscious effort to pick them up. So first up we have Night Shift. I picked this up because I saw it on, what's the name of it called? Oh no, I don't remember. The thing where you can sign up and read arcs. It's not coming to me right now. NetGalley. I saw it on NetGalley. I asked to be an arc reader and didn't end up getting it. But ever since then, I really wanted to read it. So once I saw that it was out in print, I decided that I really wanted to pick it up. Something about the cover just is really cute to me. I like the color scheme. I'm not normally a pink girl, but there's like purple shades in there, and I think they play off each other really well. And then the premise of it sounds really cute too. Obviously, it's a romance book. It's set in college. The main female character works in the college library. She doesn't really do parties or anything like that. So she works there at night, hence the title. And the star basketball player for the school shows up needing some help to find a poetry book. They end up just having a makeout session, apparently, when she's supposed to be helping him. And then, after that, they sort of, I guess, just go from there. I don't know if they want a relationship, if they don't, it doesn't really say. It does say that opposites might attract in rom-coms, but it takes a lot more truth than tropes to make it work in real life. So I'm hoping that means that this is going to be a little bit more realistic to what romance would look like in real life for, like, completely opposite people rather than just, like, throwing all the tropes in there. But we'll see. I don't know. I kind of connected with this because, like, in college I worked in the school library, and then I also was the girl that did not really do the whole party scene. So I just feel like I'm going to connect really well with the main female character in this. Then I picked up The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. This one is about a marshal who's supposed to patrol the strange and magical wilds of Tanria. It says it's a lot of time alone. He's kind of lonely. Then there is a female named Mercy. She's single-handedly keeping the Undertaker, like the local Undertakers, afloat in defiance of people like the marshal. So they don't really get along. He starts writing somebody that he knows as just a friend. He has no idea who he's writing to, but it's a pen pal situation. He doesn't realize that he's writing to Mercy, the female character that he can't stand. So it's kind of giving vibes like Divine Rivals, where they're both writing letters to each other and they don't, like, one of them doesn't realize who she's writing to. I'm kind of hoping that that's sort of the vibes that we're going to work off of. I can't tell if it's fantasy or not, given the way that they describe things, but it does sound like it's going to be a cute story. And there was something about the cover that was really cool. I just like the skeleton hands. I don't know. I saw it a couple times before I ended up ever picking it up, so I am excited for that one. Then I picked up Lightlark by Alex Astor. This book is one that I don't know a lot about. if I'm being honest. And I was going to sit here and try to read the back, but we're not going to do that because I told you guys I wouldn't do that. Then I have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This has been everywhere. I heard that the fantasy and the magic system in this is just insane. So I really wanted to pick it up. I've been meaning to for a while now. All I really know is I think there's like some kind of mist and like an illness that people have because of the mist, maybe? I'm not sure. And there's like these magical cards that they have to find and they can use them to break the illness. Huge question mark attached to that, but that's kind of my understanding of it. Don't know if that's accurate or not. Then I picked up Electric Idol. This is by Kate Roberts. She wrote Neon Gods. They are all, these two and then the rest in this series are Greek mythology retellings. So this follows Psyche and Eros' story. It's really all I know. I'm not sure I know who Psyche is. I think Eros is the god of war, but that might be inaccurate as well. So picked that one up. And then I picked up Strange the Dreamer. This is a YA fantasy. It's part of a series. I don't know anything about this one. The last few that I had, these two that I picked up were actually picked up because they were in my to buy jar, because I didn't know for sure what I wanted to buy. So when I get in an indecisive mood, I go pick books out of there that I put in there a long time ago. This is one of them, and we're just trusting my past self, even though I don't remember why it's in there. So then I picked up Torn because I love the cover. If you guys aren't sensing a theme, you should. I will buy things because of covers, and I adore purple. I love this abstract art for the flower. It was just too pretty for me to put back. I do know the premise of this, and it's pretty much, it's a huge age gap romance. She's 18. The man that she is interested in is her father's best friend, so like kind of like an uncle for her while she was growing up, and he is, what is it? Yes, she is 15 years younger than her male interest, and it just, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about this one. I'm not huge on age gap, and the fact that he was somebody that was around when she was a kid kind of already gives me the creeps. I think it's different if like they meet when she's an adult and he's an adult and like they never like, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's just weirder when the much older person saw them all through their youth. Like that's, we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, I probably shouldn't have picked it up given that I'm already not sure about this storyline. But again, the cover. This is another book that I picked up from my to buy jar. It is Promises and Pomegranates. I thought that this was maybe like another Greek mythology retelling, but I really am not sure. I do know it's part of a series, and I'm excited to read it. I like the title. I like the cover. There's something really satisfying about the pomegranates and everything. That's probably why I put it in my to buy jar in the first place. But we'll see. Then I picked up Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is a thriller. I don't have a lot of thrillers in this stack. I have not been in a thriller mood recently, which is really weird for me, but I saw amazing things about this book, so I really wanted to pick it up at some point, and I'm hoping if I picked up a new thriller that it would get me back in the mood for that. I don't know a lot about it other than it follows a married couple. They've been married for years and years, and they start unraveling secrets about each other, and that's sort of the premise of this one. Then I have two books that were actually sent to me by HarperCollins Publishing, which was just such a huge shock and surprise. I was so excited and so grateful. The first is Pelican Girls. This is set in 1720, and it follows the journey of these women from France over to North America. It says that the hospital is in crisis in France. They don't have enough room. The French colony in New Orleans has plenty of room. So they decide to volunteer people to go over to America. They are all women of childbearing age, or orphans, prisoners, mental patients, all in that category. So it follows 3 specific women and their storyline of just trying to survive this journey over to New Orleans and then survive once they get there. It sounds like it's going to be a really moving, touching story about relationships and trust and like the things that bring people together, because they are it says that it's a 12-year-old orphan, mute mad woman, and an accused abortionist. So a very interesting group of women that are now stuck together. So very curious about that. I don't typically read, I don't know if that's, I guess that's technically historical fiction, which I do read because it says it's based on a true story. So I'm excited about that. This is the one that I think would be more literary fiction, which I don't typically read, but it does sound interesting. It's called The Turtle House. It follows I forget how old, 25. She's 25 and she is staying in the same room as her grandmother, who is, or was at one point, an immigrant from Japan. So she's, the family's Japanese American. And it says that the 25-year-old doesn't necessarily like feel super close with her grandmother or anything like that, but now that they're sharing living quarters, they start talking more. Her grandmother starts sharing stories about her time over in Japan, the man that she loved while she was there, and the home that they used to share this love in called the Turtle House. And the 25-year-old starts to gain a new understanding of the sacrifice that her grandmother had to make when she emigrated to America and decided to go through with like an arranged marriage, not to the man that she loved, all sort of for the betterment of her life and her future family's life. So I think this one is going to be another really moving story about family and some of the things that people have to give up for the good of their family. And I think it's going to be really eye-opening for the experience of immigrants and their storyline. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for both of those. Then we have Lessons in Chemistry. If you guys watched my first reading vlog of the year, it was reading some of the best ranked books from 2023. This was one of them, and I loved it. I loved every second of this book. It's a literary fiction that follows a female chemist in the 1960s, so during a time when females weren't necessarily respected in that profession or thought to be working members of society. They worked, they had jobs, but they were still kind of expected to just, you know, take care of the home, take care of the kids. And the main female character is the epitome of a feminist, does not agree with that at all, and it just follows her struggles in a male-dominated career field, and then her subsequent struggles as a single mother, and trying to instill some of the same values into her daughter. But I adored this book. Loved it. First 5-star read of the year. This next one is The Fury. This is the ARC copy. I found it in, I think this is the ARC. Yeah, this is the ARC copy. I found it in a little free library and I exchanged it. I was very excited about it. I know that it's a thriller book. I don't know much else about it. Then I have Hunt on the Dark Water. This is a very small book, which I was excited about, but it's about a sea captain who meets his witchy match in this captivating first fantasy romance novel. It's about a witch who got into a bad deal with a vampire, so she ends up falling through a portal to another realm and meeting this captain. It just sounds like there's going to be so many different fantasy things going on in this. I haven't read a lot of pirate themed fantasies, and I want to more this year, so I'm very excited about this one. After that, we have Renegades by Marissa Myers. I don't know a lot about this. I've just seen everybody raving about it and wanted to get in on the hype. So I think it's a YA sci-fi, but I'm not entirely sure. Then we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read this in the same reading vlog as Lessons in Chemistry. It is about a retired socialite Hollywood actress, Evelyn Hugo. She asks a newer reporter to write her memoir, and it follows her entire storyline and all the husbands that she went through. That's sort of how they break up the storyline. I did enjoy this book. I don't quite love it as much as some people who love it do, but I did enjoy it. After that, we have The Box in the Woods, The Hand on the Wall, and The Vanishing Stair. These are all part of the Truly Devious series. Sorry, I blanked on that one. All part of the Truly Devious series. I think one of these might actually be separate from that storyline. Like, it takes place after, but it's still like the same world, the same characters and everything like that. So I love Truly Devious, and I've read the second one, so I had to get the rest of them. Then I picked up, hi Ziva, I picked up Never by Jessa Hastings. I've never read a Jessa Hastings book, but I've heard her writing is beautiful, poetic, absolutely stunning. Maybe I'll get to Magnolia Parks at some point, but I really was intrigued by Never because I love Peter Pan, and the cover for this is really pretty. So again, more cover related reasons for buying things. I have two more left, just bear with me. This one is called Filthy Rich Vampire, and it's sort of like all I really know about it is it's like a fake dating trope for a vampire who's like part of like the elite vampire families, and they have this whole social calendar where they have parties and they're expected to meet matches and stuff, sort of like older England, and the way that they set up partnerships and marriages, and he doesn't want anything to do with it, so he gets a human to agree to date him for an entire year. In return, he's going to protect her and help erase her medical debt for her family because she's in a lot of debt. She's also not supposed to know vampires exist, so she's in a lot of danger. So she agrees, and just this whole saga begins. I think this is the first in a series, so I'm not sure if the rest are connected to that storyline or like interconnected standalones. The last one I picked up is Indigo Ridge. I've seen this everywhere and had zero idea what it was about, but when I read the back, I was like, this actually sounds really good. It's about a female chief of police that is in Montana, and she's determined to prove to everybody in the town that she didn't get her position simply because her grandfather is the mayor. So she's told, hey, you just got to make friends and make nice with the founding family, the Edens. Of course, predictably, the one man that she decided to have a one-night stand with when she first came into town is one of the sons of the family. And they do not get along now that they've had this one-night stand. They're both trying to avoid each other and forget it ever happened. But then, of course, a dead body shows up on the Edens' property, and they now have to work together. And it says that the son that she slept with realizes that Winslow is the main female character, that Winslow proves hard to resist for him and the killer. So it sounds like maybe the killer's going to start going after her. So this sounds very intriguing. I'm very excited about it. So that is all of the books that I bought so far in 2024, minus the 2 subscription boxes that I am going to get at some point this month, but I really wanted to film it before March started. So here we are. So I will have 2 more. I just don't know what those books are. I am definitely going to try to be a little more restrictive of my book buying for the rest of the year. I'm only going to buy books if I'm trying to make my way through the series and I don't own the books yet. Or every time I hit 20 books read, then I will let myself go buy a couple books. And by a couple, I mean probably like 5 or 6. But we're going to try to be a little more restrictive rather than just going out and buying random books because I feel sad or I feel happy or I feel any emotion and I should justify that with a book. So we're going to do a little better trying to get through my physical TBR for the rest of the year. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you've bought any books recently, please let me know. I love hearing about people's book hauls, even if I'm trying to restrict my own. So definitely let me know. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed this video, hit the button, hit subscribe. It doesn't hurt any. So also, I'm just so glad that you were here today to watch this video. I will hopefully see you in the next one, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.